It's your buddy Mikerowchip here playing Trainz 2022
Plus Standard Edition.
And this is the Hinton episode 105. And we are here with Philippe, one of our somewhat on the light end of locals of Trainz. Sure. And he is now headed up towards Nelson. We left off with him last time. He had been working the Sanford mines, and then he had to go to Nelson. And before he got to Nelson in episode 104, we ran out of time, so we couldn't do it. So now we're headed up to the Nelson mine. He's got a ways to go yet, so I will immediately put you guys on pause until we get up to the Nelson mine. And we are now nearing Nelson. Video on everything. Stuttery again. The before, and she's only. Is he stopping here? There we go. 200. No. There we go. 240 hertz. So I scaled it back down to 60. That seems to fix it. I record in 60 frames per second, and I put this one back down to 60. So I'm hoping that fixes it. It seemed to in the test. Hopefully it's not jittery. If it's jittery, well, it is what it is. Okay, so now we have to go up to... All we got to do is just shove one car under the tipple. That's it. That's all we got to do. This should be set correctly already. I'm just checking to make sure. Yes, it is. Okay, so here we go. The caboose is first. Don't freak out like I always do. No. Here you go. Reverse is forward, and forward is reverse. And that's it. Now does this? Okay, now it does, yeah. No longer considered to be the front car, because I... which we are not using at all on this turn. Yeah, thank you, Detector Milepost. So I'm hoping, like I said, this is not stuttering. What are you going to do? Should have the bell on. Sorry, fellas. Warning, I'm already halfway through. Look at that guy. Now, if he wasn't paying attention, he could have got squashed right there. All right, then we got a level crossing coming up here in Nelson. Just a little mining town. Nice. I was, just before this video, I was watching... other YouTubers while I played various games, which I do a lot of. And I was watching Distant Signal, and one of his latest ones, he's talking about the more operational end of railroading, which he says he's becoming more and more interested in. And as you know, if you watch my videos, I love the operational end of it. It's nice to see trains go by every once in a while, but, you know, moving this stuff around and setting cars out and stuff, that's awesome. But he said that he's noticed, and this is modern he's talking about now, he's noticed that a lot of CSX trains are going long hood forward, so that when they're switching the locals, so that when they're switching out cars, therefore the engineer doesn't have to look down the long hood. He's going to be right up against the cars. And I had no idea that that was a thing. So that was really interesting. I thought, wow. So they want to run long than forward. Weird. Anyway, and then the other thing, I was watching DJ Trainz. It's another YouTuber. You should look him up, too. He's very good. He's a model train guy, but he used to be, or still is, I forget, an engineer. He worked for the railroad. At least maybe it was a conductor. I don't know. Is this set right? It's not. Okay, right? Because I want to be on this track. Chowda. Yes, it is. I don't know what chowda means. Whoops. Now let's take it down a notch to 15. I know it's 10, but I don't care. And he was talking about a huge yard for Norfolk Southern. Asked me if I remember the name of the yard. No, I don't. I don't remember the name of the yard. It's a current yard now. It might be the biggest one Norfolk Southern has. I'm not sure. But he was showing some engines that had 2 slugs on them, which I thought was interesting. Never seen that before. And he was calling, he said that the train that is pulling the slugs around, that's using the slugs for additional traction, are called mother trains. Never heard that term before. Did not know you called those mother trains. Little trivia for you. In case you ever go on Jeopardy and they say, I'll take Trainz for 50. And they throw that one out there. This is what you call the engine that has a slug attached to it. What is a mother train, Alex? Of course, you wouldn't say Alex anymore because Alex, fortunately, is dead. They got some other guy doing it now. I forget who. Just somebody else. Okay, here we come. Again, a little late on the bell and the horn. Trying to think and drive at the same time. I looked. I'm pretty sure we had enough room. We're about shoving him into that thing, right? Right there. Okay, kill it. What do we got? We got enough room? Oh, yeah, plenty of room. I was thinking correctly. Alrighty. That now ends Philippe's turn here in his H8. It's the Greenbrier Tipple. Is that right? What's this? Okay. So, anyhow, that ends, like I said, Philippe's turn. So let me put you guys on pause. I'll figure out what we're doing next. And now we are here with the Dare, our passenger train, and he is at, if you can see here, it's kind of small, but it says Brooks right there. He's in Brooks. He picked up 20 people, and now he's got to head up to Sandstone is the next stop. Now, I picked this angle because look at these guys just moving along the freeway there. That's actually a road, not a freeway. But anyway, this fella right here is Joseph Timworth. Sure, Joseph Timworth. And he drives his green truck right over here. And he really is into trains, so much so that when he pulled his truck in, he wedged his truck into the ground, as you can see here with his tires. Yeah, into the ground. Did he do it on this side too? Yep. So hard that, look, he's now, he's balancing above here. He just rammed it right in there, just stuck in there like a knife into a cork board or something. All right. Now that we got that out of the way, let's go over here. And, yeah, I kind of like this angle. This is fine here. All right. So now he's off to Sandstone. So let's go over here. Do this. Sandstone. Drive to track mark. Sandstone first. And then when you get there, you're going to want to do nothing. Yeah, you don't put load on this one. I forget. Here he goes. He's pulling out. Okay, I thought these were Chesapeake and Ohio cars. You'd think I'd remember. And they are. They are C&O passenger cars. And I got rid of the caboose, which I probably say every time I look at this train. Well, I'm saying it again. There he goes. Okay. Here we are. And we got 12:12 right now, so we'll watch them until 17. And we got to set up our own camera views here, huh? Oh, look at this. This is a tiny gas station, a Flying A gasoline. Look at this little shot right here, huh? I like it. The guy sweeping there? Or the guy with the top hat? You look ridiculous. How much is gas? 26 cents a gallon? Are you kidding me? For regular? And super is only 29 cents. It's only 3 cents more. Why wouldn't you get super? Cool. How many people on the train I noticed? All right, here we go. How far is Sandstone away? It says 4 miles. We might make it, right? If it's 4 miles and we're doing 50 miles an hour. If it were 60 miles an hour, of course, if you came right out of the gate doing 60, we'd definitely make it. 50 will be close. This a switching tower coming up here? I think so. Yep, some kind of a switching tower thingamabob. Passing track. Oh, we got the third track there. A little switching tower. And goodbye, switching tower. All right, let's set up another line here. Do we want to be way up on the hill here, maybe? Holy moly, keep bumping into the cliff. This is a horrible shot. There's trees in the way. Here's something. Something horrible. Sure, why not? Let's pan it. There we go. Look at that. Get a little more treeage in there. Oh. Did I go too far ahead? Now we're going to stare at this scene with no train in it for how long? Do I hear him coming? Oh, boy. Now the question is, do I break away? Now I really do hear him. He's close. There he goes. Wow, we're up higher than I thought. This shot was definitely not worth it. All right. Bring me back down. Let's go on this side this time so we can see the other track. Makes me happy. Going to back off a little bit so we can see the first passenger car, too. All right. We only got a minute to go now. Just a minute. The new river on the left there. And the small Cliffs of Insanity. Cliffs of Insanity Jr. on our right. How much carving did they have to do? Sure, I could look it up. But I'm not going to because we just ran out of time. Yep, that is the end of Adair's turn. We did not get the sandstone. Let me put you guys on pause. I'll figure out what we're doing next. We are here with the Duke, and he's up in Thurman. He's our go get the empties guy, which the more I play with a guy like this, the more I think that's not how they really do it. I used to do this. I mean, for years and years and years, I did it this way, where I had one train go get all the empties and all the trains. Now, obviously, with locals, they would go bring up whatever they needed in loads and then take away the empties or vice versa, depending on what industry they're working on. You wouldn't have two separate trains doing this job. But anywho, until I get this route reworked, we're going to continue to do it this way. So he's got to pick up, here in Thurman, 8 boxcars, a stock car, and a 55-tonner. So I went searching for them, and then I found them right over here in behind Hank. Hank's got them right here. There's 5 boxcars, 1 stock car, and 3 55-tonners all have to head back down to Hinton. Now, we're going to want to flip him around. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to get him onto the turntable, right? Yeah. There we go. Okay. All right, Duke. What do you say, buddy? Got ourselves a green. That's always good. Love the greens. Yeah, I was thinking I'm going to have to get Hank out of the way because he's sitting right there in front of that cut. But no, we're not going to have to because Duke's going the other way. So he's not going to have to. He's going to have to run to the end of the yard and do it that way. So Hank's in a good spot right now. Hank's thinking ahead, that's why. Passenger station is loaded here in Thurman. Just loaded. Also, just before recording this, I said I was watching those YouTubers, which I was, and I was playing American Truck Simulator, which I love. And they have trains in that game. Not that you can drive or interact with in any way, but, you know, they're running around. I really like the horn sounds on those trains. They were really good. Okay, there's the turntable. We should be able to flip him around, right? The Dukeinator. Somebody leaving angle cock open? Nah, that's just the steam train. Doing its steam thing. There we go. Onto the turntable we go. Taking our time. Cool. Where do those 2 puffs of steam come from? They're coming from over here? Oh, yeah, they are. Okay. Look like they came out a little bit more than that, though. A little too far away from the engine for realism's sake. Here we come. Onto the, what do they call this? The Thurman TT. Assuming that means turntable. We really are taking it slow, aren't we? Oh, man, this one's small. All right, what do we got here? Okay, they're on there. What do we got over here? Oh, yeah, okay. Everything's on. There we go. What happened? Oh, there it goes. I was going to say, isn't the track supposed... Look at it. It's delaying still. Look at that. I'm no railroader, but I don't think that's supposed to happen. All right. There we go. Now we'll back it up once again. We'll go to 6 this time. 30%, I should say. Or 6 mile an hour. I didn't know it was going to go 6. I was just guessing. 6 notches. 6 times 5 is 30. Oh, this tree is just making me very happy right now. There we go. Now we got ourselves a good spot. All right. Then we got to run ourselves down to the other end of the yard, hook onto that cut. Back to Hinton we go with it. Got to wake up the old man in the shed. Time to throw your one and only switch, pal. That's the one you're responsible for. Plus, he operates the turntable, so he's got 2 jobs, I guess. Okay, so now he's going to run back this way, right? I guess he can stay to the left here. And it's not going to hurt. I don't think anyway. Going to come all the way down here on the left until he gets to here, and then he can do some cutting over. Can he do enough cutting over? Oh, yeah, he can, because he can go down to here if he can't, right? Cut here, cut here, cut here. Oh, no, look, they cut him all the way over. Okay. He probably put the bell on and blew the whistle on that level crossing, right? What's 55 going to give us? Is that crazy fast? No. 1 over, I can accept that. Let you get that different sound from the engine. I like it. Alrighty. I suppose I could have went down this way and cut down one of these other tracks, but that train has left the station at this point. I mean, I could back up. Okay. We got a whole lot of empty 55-tonners here waiting to be called on. I don't know what mine this is for, but holy guacamole, that's a lot of them. This one, not so much. These, hardly any at all. But these yards are filling up, as always, on all my routes. This one has not really become overcrowded that much. It may simply be because the Hinton yard is so ginormously long that it takes a long time for the yards to fill, which I'm in no hurry for, but that's what I'm thinking. Alrighty. Here is the yard tower for Thurman. Thurman's got some pretty long yards on it, I'm thinking. What's that guy doing out there? Oh, there's several of them. Look like he's standing at attention there. Now, let me make sure. It is, I think it's on the far right track, right, as far as we can go. Yeah, it's on the far right track. And now I got to see what this guy was doing here. Was he moving? Oh, yeah, he's waving at people. Talking on the radio. He's waving someone on. You know there's no one there, right? That's where I saw him, like that. Like he was standing at attention. There you go. I was going to talk on the radio. Cool. We got to do all of that, and he still made it back here. He still hasn't made it to the other end of the yard yet. All right, let's go down. Let's go down to the switch now that he's got to cross. Okay, I thought it was sooner, but we might as well throw all these switches. Right, this one we can't throw yet. Do this, then we're gonna do this. Reverse, reverse. This is a tight one here. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. No, that's not right. No, that's like a storage track. We're going to come down this way. Here we go. And then down there. There we go. Did I say I was going to go down there and wait for it? I did. And then I threw all the switches and I forgot I said that. Okay, let's go down here. Let's go down here and wait for it. Is this one? Yeah, okay, it is. Mainline service, good. Here he comes. Nicely done. Wait for the clear. Clear. Now do the reverse. Here he goes. We will follow along with him now. Try to get out of the way of the smoke. A lot of tight corners here. There we go. Beautiful. Now it says 20, and I want to do 15. See if it changes when you go in here. If there's a hidden speed sign. I don't think there is. No. But we'll stick at 15. I consider this to be a yard. Where's my cursor? The close up. Ooh, nice. Now, someone was telling me that this is a catcher of sparks. Spark catcher. So as to, start fewer fires on the side of the railroad as you go by. Are these ditch lights up here? Or those classification lights? Could be classification. Is there anything light on right now? No. I would say these would be ditch lights down here, right? If it has them. And then what are these things here? These canister-looking things. This I do not know. You are probably not surprised by that. Back off a little bit again. I see the cut. Not an easy river to canoe down when you got this staring at you. Can you kayak through there? Canoeing might be out of the question. Kayak, you can do some rolling and stuff, and you'll be all right. But a canoe? Got those rollers in it, and those rollers look like they are moving in a hurry. Those are probably spots. Well, there's got to be some spots to get through because the water's getting through, right? But then again, the water could just be barely covering those rocks. You're going to have a bumpy ride on the way down. All right, so let's go over this way. Hook on the heater here. All right. And when I was watching that DJ Trainz today, the engines that were in the yard, they were all moving very slowly. I just say that because sometimes I think to myself, God, these so slow. Everything's going so slowly, but that's just the way they do it. Dangerous. All righty. Now, a little slack action there. Like a lot of slack action. Are the brakes not on? Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's pushing the engine forward. Would that really happen? I don't think so. Anyway. Okay. Now we're going to move forward. And we're going to head back to Hinton. Travel to a track mark. No. Travel to a track mark. Hinton, where are you at? Hinton. I got Hinton. No, okay. It's got to be a Hinton track mark, right? Is there a Hinton inbound? Or is it inbound Hinton? No, can't be, right? Because it would be on this list. Yeah. Hinton. Hinton track mark. I'm assuming. All right, there he goes now. Pulling out. He's on his way. Now, it is 12:36 right now. We might as well watch him for 5 minutes until 12:41 since he's on his way. All of these cars have served their purpose. Now they're going back to get reclassified. There he goes. Nice. Back this way. Okay, I got to do it. Now I got to see. Is there a way to get through here? Oh, yeah. Look at this. This is a huge place. But look at that. Those rocks look really shallow right there, don't they? Yikes. Yeah, you got to be really skilled because you come through here, you go through there. Uh-oh. Through here might be too shallow, hard to say. Maybe the water is just crystal clear. It looks really shallow. Through there, there's no way to get through there. How about over here? Do you think this is going to turn into a kayak lesson? Yeah, that would be tough, too. Yeah, it is a challenging course. I guess you could definitely call it that. What time did we start at? 36, right? I said a 42? No, that'd be 41 then. Yeah, 41. I don't know. 4 minutes away, that seems right. Let's back off just a little bit more. Here we go. How far is it back to Hinton? I don't know. Let's see. Thurmond is right there. I'm looking at the passenger schedule now. That'd be what, 11, 14, 19, about 23 miles back? Somewhere around there. I'm buying that. And we should probably set these back to mainline service once he clears it. So the two tracks on the left side are your main lines. Let's do that while he's driving by. Yeah. Yeah. And then, yeah. Uh-huh. He's got a red here, probably because he's got to switch this switch. Switch, look at that. Now he's got a green. That's just basic railroading right there. All right, that one will switch back to mainline service automatically, of course, once he crosses. Hopefully not while he's crossing it, and then he derails. That would be bad. Doing some storage tracks here. What is this place here? Filling something here. Yeah, I don't know. There's a bunch of dudes there. Don't know. Is that on my list? Is that a industry there? I don't know. I can look later. Oh, smacked right through the bridge there. Alrighty. Still under the 20 mile an hour. He had a green, so he's not under approach. Well, of course he's not. I'm thinking maybe it's faster than 20 here. No, you mo. There you go. The one on the right is the maximum speed. That's not what he's doing. It's one on the left is what he's doing. Now those rollers there look like there's plenty of room to get a kayak through. Maybe you got to do some portage when you get down to the other one. Are there signs in the middle of the river just before you hit that Thurmond rock thing we looked at? I'd turn back if I were you. I don't know. All right. But that is the end of the Duke's turn. So let me put you guys on pause. I'll figure out what we're doing next. Back to the Hinton yard here now with Graham. And Graham and the GP9's got some work to do. He's got to pull all these cars off track 1, which are all going somewhere in Hinton. And he's got to pull all the cars off track 6, which are going somewhere in Avis. Plus, he's got to pull 2 cars out of the Avis repair yard. But some of these box cars are going to the Avis repair yard as supplies. So it kind of works out. All right, so first we got to go forward here in our GP9. This way, and then this way, yep. Stay on this side to avoid the cliffs of insanity. Here he comes. Nice. Down right there. And stop. Now back it on up. Okay, now let's connect him up here. Some of these cars we're going to leave on the track because they're going to the Hinton Block Company just to be stored there. And there ain't enough room there anymore. I looked. Oh, we can't send them over there. These 3 are fine, but it's these, these 3 right here are going to have to stay on this track. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull them out, stick them over here for right now, right? Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Pull them out, stick them over there for right now. Then once we get all the cars off this track, let's make sure we're good here. Well, we got to go down track 6, so go right there. Okay. Then once we get all these cars pulled off here, we'll put the 3 empties back on this track, and we will go and get Avis yard ones. All right. But I'm noticing a bit of a problem. And that is this. My phone's ringing. Let's turn that off. There we go. That some of these have to go to the Hinton yard. Or the Hinton Lumber Company, which is right over here. And that is parked up and then some. Okay, so we're going to have to go. Oh, here's an overflow track. That choked me up. We'll stick those over onto the overflow track to get them out of the way. Maybe we should do that first. I'd forgotten I built in an overflow, and I'm so happy I labeled it overflow. Okay, I did. All right. So what we want to do now is we don't want to go down track 6. We want to stay here, here, and go to the overflow. All right. So we got to grab these cars off this track right here. We should have never come this way to begin with. We should have waited. But, you know, of course, now we're connected up. We don't want that either. All right. So let's come over here. Apply. There we go. Now forward. That's it. Sniffle into the mic. Good idea. Everyone wants to hear your snot. Oh, boy. That time I sniffled away from it. Right, there we go. There we go. Beautiful. Then we're going to go this way. Then we're going to go this way, right? It's already set for that. Yeah, we just came off that track. Okay, very good. There we go. Okay, so let's go back down this way now. These are all... Thomas has got to shunt all these when the time comes. That time is not now. Okay. Got it. Maybe. Right. 10 hits on, 50%. 50% throttle? Maybe? That sounds better. All right, so we're going to come down here now because we're going to have to clear this switch once again. Hope you like this switch because we're seeing it a lot. Got no problem pulling this. Now, normally... with those 44 tonners, it would have a problem backing these back after we can clear the switch back and back up. I think, if I remember correctly, we've already used the GP9 for this and said, oh, yeah, that's much better. So, we're going to revisit that moment. We're going to recreate that moment. Yeah, look at that. 50% gets us at 1 mile an hour over. That's beautiful. All right, start slowing down early now. All right, I may have timed it correctly. Let's see. I think I did. I think this is beautiful. Look at that. So nice. Now we're going to back it up. Okay, not there, though. 2, 3... That should be on overflow now. Look at that. It's already at 1. Strike that. 2. My gosh, 3. All right, let's not count it all the way up. Everybody can read. Everybody can see the numbers. You can read the numbers on your own. All right, so we'll hang on here. Some of these actually are going places here in Hinton, but we're going to wait for Thomas to shunt them first. Before, he's got enough work to do is basically what I'm saying for Grant. We're not going to add more to it. And plus, the union's not going to be happy if I start doing Thomas's job. I'm going to have a complaint filed against me. If I'm not pretending to be Graham. Because as a CEO, no one files a complaint against me. Well, they do, but then they don't work here the next day. Not very nice. Okay. Which is not good also because what if I'm doing something unsafe and they're just reporting that? That damages our safety record. Maybe I should rethink that. Don't file a complaint against the CEO. Alrighty. Oh, yeah. This GP9's got this. It's like, no problem, dude. Not sure why he says dude. Get a little bit of juice here. I tried to slow down early, but maybe it's a little bit too early. I'll slow it down. Overflow track. Just got to remember to check it. When it's Thomas's turn. There we go. We'll apply it. Decouple. Forget who we are. Then remember. There we are, but then we're going to have to stop you. I don't know why. Yeah. We're in the butter zone right now. That is Time's Up for the CNO Hinton episode 105. Episode 106 will be out in about 10 days or so. Hope you guys had a good time. I had a great time, as always, and I just simply love this shot. This is probably going to be... I was thinking about making that turntable thing my screenshot, because it'd be funny with the tracks like that, but I don't know. I think this kind of overdoes it right here. This kind of overshadows that with the GP9 and the steam engines back there on the left and the yard packed full of cars pretty much on this end anyway. Anywho, why don't you leave me a like? Why don't you hit that subscribe button? And why don't you leave me a comment? And if you don't like the fact that I decided to take this as my screenshot instead of the turntable, well, this just may not be the channel for you.